everybody. Hello, 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 hello. I really wish I could hear that music while I'm going, because I really like it. That's one good thing about wearing headphones, but I don't really have the ability to do that while I'm live. So hi everybody. How's everybody doing today? Come here, baby. Come here. You gotta let me pick you up. You wanna jump? Come here. Come on. You can do it. Alright, fine. He doesn't want to come on the stream. I tried. What? So, Rusty is extremely shaggy today. He really, really wants to go for a walk, but it's almost 90 degrees outside. He's just very fluffy. He's gonna die. He's so fluffy, he's gonna die. Huh, baby? He has a haircut scheduled for Friday. So, I also worked this morning, Jinx. I had a pretty okay day today. So there's a lot of new people that I work with, and we're finally at the point where we're getting like this really good, steady, awesome rhythm. And I really, really had a nice, productive day today. Hi, Cable! Thank you guys for coming. Today's gonna be pretty relaxed. I don't have a lot that I need to accomplish. Come here! Come here! Come here. Ugh. Yes. Say hi. Hi, everybody. I'm a fluffy little dog sheep. I love you. Look at your little face. Anyway. Speaking of which, hi. Stop. This is not playtime. So, the reason why I wanted to make the raspberry frozen yogurt today is because you guys seemed to go absolutely crazy over the peanut butter ice cream that I made on Thursday. Which I had some more of today, by the way. If you make it, you don't have to worry about thawing it. A lot of non-dairy ice creams, you have to like set it out for 10 minutes before you can actually scoop into it. Nope, this thing I just pulled it right out and started eating it. It was delicious. So, side note, if you ever make that recipe, you don't have to like thaw a brick out before you eat it. Excuse me. Can I help you? Bless you. So today's recipe, I don't actually have the recipe for what I used to make. So, very long time ago, I was obsessed with PBS cooking shows, and I watched one, I think it was called Huber Keller, Secrets of a Chef. He's this French chef that he works in Las Vegas, and he made raspberry frozen yogurt on this show. So, I was already vegan at the time, so I wanted to find a way to make it vegan that would still be really good. And a lot of vegan yogurt is kind of crap. So I bought a Greek yogurt, which you can see right there. Back in the day, it used to be called cultured coconut milk instead of coconut yogurt. So, but it's the same thing. And the website that I had published the recipe on originally isn't in existence anymore. I tried to look it up yesterday and it didn't work. So I'm basically making up a new one, a new recipe, trying to remember what it was that I did before. And I think I pretty much have it, but I could be wrong. So I'm checking again to see if their website is back up. But it's really easy to make and it's extremely delicious. So the texture, Cable says experiments can be pretty fun. I agree. So the texture is kind of like a combination between frozen yogurt and sorbet. And the reason for that is because in my recipe I use some water to puree the raspberries and the sugar in the blender. So the original recipe, you just combine the raspberries. You put the raspberries in a blender and then you scrape it through a sieve. And that doesn't work for me because I don't have like a Vitamix or whatever. So it's a little complicated difficult, you know, scraping it through there when you don't liquefy it. So let me just check and see. All about vegan food is what the website was called. It's still not working. So maybe it was .co.uk. Nope. Anyway, yeah, back when I had a food blog, I also did like freelancing for other food blogs, and that's where this recipe was, and I don't have it anymore. So that was a failure on my part. But I distinctly recall using a 10-ounce bag of raspberries, which I got, and then based on the recipe measurements that I found from Hubert Keller's recipe, it should be a cup of the yogurt and then half a cup of sugar. So we're gonna try that. I also like adding lemon juice to my sorbets, but I'm thinking I'm not gonna do it to the frozen yogurt because I don't want it to be too tangy. So, but we're gonna do that first, and then we're gonna churn the the frozen yogurt in the ice cream maker. We're gonna set it in the freezer, and then I'm gonna finish doing whatever other empanada stuff that I'm working on for Thursday, and then we're gonna try the frozen yogurt. Give it a little bit more time to firm up in the freezer. The only thing that I did not factor in to making the frozen yogurt is what to put it in when I'm finished. So that might be a challenge. I did clean a bunch of containers, but they're in the dishwasher, and I forgot to check to grab them before. Yeah, so it's a constant struggle. True story, I'm planning on renovating my kitchen in the very near future. So if I get my way, all of my kitchen stuff is going to be along this wall here. I'm going to have another set of cabinets over here, and I might have the stream set up on that counter when I do it, so that way I can actually have movement and move around and stuff and get into the dishwasher and things like that. Cable says I always put frozen yogurt in my mouth. Yeah, well, that is the ultimate point of making frozen yogurt. But if you're going to have any left, you need to put it in something, don't you think? Oh well. So I'm going to get started. Hey, bud. Look out. Okay. And this I forgot. We moved the camera a little bit. Woo. That's a little better. Anyway, alright, so I've got my raspberries. Cable, how are you? Jinx said that she's already been to work today. Me too. I'm assuming you worked as well. Everybody has to work, right? Oh, and you guys, I hooked up my iPad stand so that I could watch the chat up here. Because I'm so clever. Chat. Yay. Okay. Cable says, great, left work early so I can pack my bags for a short vacation tomorrow. Where are you going? Vacations are awesome. The only concern that I have with this mixture is that it'll be too big for the ice cream maker. But it's supposed to be a 4-cup ice cream maker. So I measured it out. 2 cups of raspberries, half a cup of sugar, a cup of yogurt, and a cup of water should be about 4.5 cups if the weight of the sugar affects the volume at all. Jinx says I'm doing some Yule Lotro stuff. What do you mean Yule Lotro stuff? It's the summer. I'm confused. Cable says up north, actually, Bruce Peninsula area, so we'll be doing a lot of hiking on the trails. I don't know where that is, but I like hiking. Hiking's fun. I wonder if I could get my blender over here so you guys can see it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Hi, Red Dawn. Yule Festival is going on. It just started today. Is it like Christmas in July? Is that what they're going for? Alright. I actually really like the Yule Festival, and I didn't do much of it last time because I've been so busy. But yeah, I need to go ahead and make another Lotro character just to play on my own. And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't, is because I don't really have one right now that I like. Yeah, so I have to do that. Oh, hey, Zeus! Alright, so this is probably good. So I don't know if you can see this, but there are a ton of seeds in this puree, and that's why I like to sift it through a sieve, whatever. And we're just gonna put it right in this bowl here. I need this guy. Zeus says he just finished dinner and is prepping for Sea of Thieves tonight. Cool. Are you gonna multi-stream, Zeus? MVP is going to a baseball game tonight, you guys. So I'm gonna be, like, by myself. I'm thinking about, when I'm finished here, just going to Home Depot and then grabbing food at Panera or something, so that I don't have to cook. You're not going to stream it? Is anybody going to stream it? So this is going to have to be a task I do in shifts, because there's a ton of seeds. It takes a long time to get through. Koodles is, I've never even gone to Koodles' channel before. Yeah, I was thinking that I just want to get, like, a bagel at Panera and then maybe get us some soup or something for lunch tomorrow. But I'll see what they have when I get there. Oh, I'm not even on the stream. And no, I did not grow these raspberries. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see all of my gardening exploits, and I do have raspberry bushes, but they have only made like a half of a cup's worth of raspberries at this point. Oh, my iPad's gonna fall asleep. Jinx is tempted to go to Michael's to get Halloween stuff. Yep. I love going to Michael's for Halloween stuff, actually. They got some good things there. It's very, very unique, interesting things. I almost bought a ton of stuff last year, but I did not, because I'm frugal. Alright, so this is about a third of the way through, I think. To see how many seeds there are in there? Like, you don't have to sift these out, but can you imagine, like, this is just unpleasant. That's why I don't I make sure I do this. Your sister texted you pics and now you want to go? That's a good enough reason to me. Okay, I'm coming back for round 2. Get paid tomorrow, though. Oh, I also get paid tomorrow. But I'm going to go to Home Depot today to try to get stuff to fix our chain link fence. So it's been something I've wanted to do for years. It's been 2 years now that we've been living here. The first week of August is when we officially moved in. We closed on our house on July 26th in 2016. And a plow or a truck or something backed into the fence and it messed it all up. And it drives me crazy just looking at it because it's ugly. You're gonna try to hold out? Yeah. I go to Michael's all the time just to see if I can find stuff to decorate our bedroom with. Because most of the other stuff that I buy for the house is like a combination of like farmhouse, rustic, and industrial. Like kind of vintage inspired, but not actually old, because my parents own a furniture store, and that's the kind of stuff they carry. But I wanted the bedroom to be a little bit softer and more welcoming and like cottagey. So I go to Michael's to look for like shabby chic stuff, and they usually have pretty good stuff there. Actually, I much prefer the stuff at Michael's than I do at Hobby Lobby. They just don't have as much of a variety. I actually used to work at Michael's. It was one of the worst jobs that I ever had. And I won't blame Michael's, I'll just blame the location, because it was in a really rich part of town in Austin. And part of the marketing that Michael's does is based on flyers. So basically, you're supposed to ask everybody what their zip code is for marketing purposes. And instead of just saying no, which people were allowed to do, they would go off on some spiel about how we're trying to steal their credit card information. Yeah. Which is ridiculous. But anyway. I hated it, and I just decided to... I already had another job. I had like a 30-hour-ish job when I started at PetSmart, and I just needed more money, so that's why I got the second job. The MVP was unemployed, because Austin is very competitive. And so I got this part-time job, and I just decided that I wasn't going to go back. Like, they had already talked about promoting me at PetSmart, and I was just like, fine, just do it. I just hate this place, please. And they didn't call me for like a week, like to check and see if I was coming back. And when the manager called, he just sounded so depressed on the phone. And I'm like, this is why. Like, nobody likes to be there. It's just miserable. Oh yes, the stealing your credit card info tinfoil hat theory, yes. I really wasn't the same person I was. I'm not the same person I was back then. Like, I wouldn't have, like, had patience with them and, like, been able to explain that they're being stupid, but in a nice way, you know, like, the skills that you learn being in customer service and in management. So, anyway. But it was next to a really cute doggy boutique. So I would go and get Rusty some nice stuff occasionally. I think I worked there for like 2 or 3 months. That's all I could do. I also worked at do you guys remember the Discovery Channel store? I worked there for like maybe 3 or 4 weeks before quitting, because you were really supposed to sell telescopes, and nobody was good at it, And then they would like harass you about why haven't you sold any telescopes? And my iPad keeps falling asleep. Uno momento, por favor. See, this iPad is so old it doesn't realize that when you're watching something, you're not supposed to fall asleep. Okay, so where is that even? Auto lock. Okay. Never. There we go. So let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, it was pressure, sales pressure. Every like corporate pressure to some extent. Like when I worked at PetSmart, they really wanted you to sell services, and they didn't track you necessarily. They tried to make like a competition out of it, like who could sell the most training classes. And our salon did pretty good, so that wasn't ever an issue. Yeah, you were supposed to sell like a specific amount of training, and if you didn't, like, no, you gotta try harder. Yeah. Anyway, I've heard that PetSmart has changed a lot. When I worked there, I was a manager there for 2.5 years or so, maybe 1.5 to 2 years. And when I left, I was still making under $9 an hour, and part of my compensation was mic issues. Very staticky. Maybe my chin's hitting it. I still got full power. Going in and out with static. Is this any better? Maybe I was rubbing the antenna against the thing. Any better? Any better? Anything? I'm not moving at all. Fine now? Okay. I'll be more aware of where the microphone is. But anyway, what I was going to say about PetSmart was that part of my pay was based on the sales performance of the store. So you would get like bonuses, but it was like $300 every quarter or something like that. But I've heard that they've changed a lot of stuff since I don't work there anymore, so it could be better. Don't know. Red Dawn says it's chemtrails causing the static. Could be. Alright. So, I think it's when you're close to the microwave. The microwave's not even on. You guys. Alright, so this is the yogurt that I'm going to use. It's unsweetened vanilla. And I otherwise detest yogurt. The only time I like it is when it's frozen yogurt. It just smells horrible. I hate it. Ugh. 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 So gross. Okay. So, I just need 1 cup, so I'm just going to scoop it out and scrape it into the bowl. Tinfoil hat theory. I just looked at my beans. Wow. Yeah, so speaking of beans, I haven't really decided what to do with beans, but I would like to start doing something since a lot of you are getting up there now. So make sure you play those mini games that come up, do your betting and your scratch tickets and stuff. And then if you have some ideas for things, just shoot them at me, like real up in the chat. Some tweets about it, whatever. Because, I don't know, like, I watched other streamers, and a lot of the stuff that they do on their cooking streams, I really don't want to do. Like, they have the wheel, and like some of them will be like, select a specific ingredient, and I'm like, I just can't. Like, I there's too much going on in my life to have something that unpredictable be part of my stream at the moment. So I'd like your feedback. Bad static. Oh. Shit. If you guys want, I can try. Poop. I can try changing the channel. Is this any better? Any better? Maybe. Maybe not. Anything? Alright, well, you guys keep me informed. I do still have the other mic I can put over here on the table, but I just have to make sure I point in this direction to use it. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, ideas for beans. If you guys have any ideas for what to do with your beans, I'm open to them. But like I said, something like picking the type of ingredient in a recipe is fine, but it probably won't be something I can do like in a short notice time period. Red Dawn says tinfoil hats aren't just protection against the Illuminati, they are also a bold and quirky fashion statement. I agree. Alright, so this looks totally awesome, doesn't it? Super red and delicious looking. Okay. So, I'm going to hang on to that, because I'm going to use that to scrape the ice cream out. We're going to put this away. Yep, that doesn't go in the freezer, you goober. Okay. So. It is time. Time to pour. Okay. So this one is only going to take a few minutes because it's so liquidy. It has a lower fat content, so it's not going to take as long to run through the ice cream maker. But I'm going to start getting my ingredients ready for the empanadas. So we're at 4:30. Okay, so I think I'm gonna make the dough first. Jinx made empanadas the other day. Were they spiced pumpkin empanadas? Don't forget, guys, !book if you want to take a look at the cookbook that this recipe comes out of. I am not reprinting these recipes, so if you do want to make anything out of them, you have to either watch the stream and take notes. Pork and beef, yeah. or you have to buy a copy of the book. And there you guys go. So yeah, so the dough, I just need cream cheese, butter, and flour. And I'm just supposed to mix it. So I'm gonna try it with my electric beaters and see how that works. So I already softened these guys. Cream cheese, and butter. And that is 8 ounces, right? 8 ounces. Hello? Yes, okay. Is the sound like wicked bad? Do you eat a lot of Mexican food, Clem? I don't eat a lot of it, but I aspire to. So that's part of the reason why I asked for this book for either my birthday or Christmas. I can't remember which. I don't really know how to make a lot of it. So that's why I've been cooking out of this book. So far, I really like everything. And good Mexican food is pretty hard to come by here in New Hampshire. So it's one of the reasons why I wanted the book. There are Mexican restaurants up here, and some of them are authentic, but it's just the region, like, it's not very good. Like, I don't know if it's because they're trying to cater to the demographic. What are you using instead of butter? It's Earth Balance. It's a butter-flavored margarine. Yeah, baby, that's dairy-free. And it's really delicious. It's my favorite, and in fact, it's one of the only ones that you can find anymore. I think my mixer is in the hallway. Yep. So the frozen yogurt is already starting to clump up pretty well. So I hope in a little while we'll be able to take it off and you won't have to listen to this grinding noise anymore. So I'm just gonna reach into this hallway closet here and grab my mixer. Hey, you okay? Oh my goodness. He's so fluffy. He's so fluffy that he can't see. And he just ran into the light fixture that I have set up in the kitchen. So Red Dawn says, the only Mexican food here in Christchurch is full-service restaurants. There is no Mexican fast food at all. Well, they do have full bars at all those restaurants that I'm referring to. So maybe they're onto that theory. In fact, there's a place that's really popular in New Hampshire called Margaritas. And they do have margaritas. They have like a margarita menu. I wasn't very impressed with it though. Okay. So the instructions. Twisted Metal says my cooking extends to cooking beans at 3 a.m. but silently so my doesn't hear. That takes talent. So like, what kind of beans are you talking about? Like refried beans or bochero beans? I'm very interested. So the dude who wrote this book doesn't specify how you mix all these ingredients. So I went ahead and I whipped the butter and the cream cheese together. Baked beans, good call. And then I'm going to add the flour, and then I'm just going to go wrap it and chill it for when I need to make them. Is the cream cheese made from soy? So it is... tofutti cream cheese. It is made from an oil blend. So soybean oil, palm fruit, and olive oil. And then it has some thickeners, some tofu, and some gums with a little sugar and a little salt. It is not good for you. But it will be delicious to make empanadas. Yeah, so the tofutti was like $4, and the other one that they had there was $9, so I bought the tofutti kind. Okay, so this is getting to the point where it's done. I think it's done, so I'm just gonna taste it and see how it is. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So, I need to find a container for this. Hold that, please. Look out, baby. Rusty wants some frozen yogurt, too. All right, I have a container. Now, where's the lid? You would think by now that I'd learned my lesson about making sure I have everything ready, and I definitely tried. I try every time. It just doesn't work. Okay. So, this says it's 4 cups, so hopefully it fits. Okay. It is very delicious, you guys, just so you know. But like I said, I'm going to set it in the freezer until I'm done making these other things, and then we'll eat some. And then I can definitely put this recipe on my website, so you guys can go check it out at your convenience. I have been pretty bad about posting the show notes, and I apologize. But a lot of the things we've been making recently are from that cookbook, and I can't reprint those, you know? So, this one I definitely will. This looks like the time you stubbed your toe a little too hard. No. It's raspberry and delicious. It's not toes. Come on now. The only thing that I don't like about this ice cream maker is that the stuff that's like very first poured in freezes instantly, and it just kind of like becomes this paste because it doesn't get churned. Oh, bye, Red Dog. Thanks for coming. Yummy. Okay. Oh, look at that. I missed this full big spot here. I'm just gonna have to eat it. All right. It's very good. It could probably use like a little bit more sugar, but I think with most people, the whole point of frozen yogurt is that it's a little healthier for you, right? So it's good the way it is. Okay. Okay. Returning to what we were doing. I just saw your quip about it probably not tasting the same, Cable. That's hilarious. Still need my cookbook. Okay, so for the flour, for the empanada dough, it's 1 3/4 cups. So let me see if I have my quarter cup. Righteous. Okay. Here in the UK, frozen yogurt isn't really much of a thing. We have ice cream and yogurt. Okay. So in the 90s, I think, there was a company called TCBY that like took the nation by storm. And my grandparents used to bring us there all the time. They had a number of TCBYs along the New York interstate. And we have family in Niagara Falls, New York, and in Buffalo, New York, and we used to visit them and stop at the rest stops along the interstate, and like all of them would have a TCBY there. And the first time we went, I didn't know what frozen yogurt was. So we got some, and I'm like, my ice cream tastes funny. You know, it was like 10, whatever. Frozen yogurt is pretty neat. I agree. I actually like it a lot. But I do like ice cream a lot, too. Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. Be gentle. Guess I need to scrape some of this down. So, yep, that was for cream cheese. Okay. Cable, have you ever made empanadas? I have never made empanadas. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever eaten an empanada, but I've seen them before. And when we were looking at the recipes in the cookbook last week, when I saw it, I was like, yep, I'm gonna make those. So here we are. Yeah, fried empanadas. What? I mean, you could post them in MVPs, but not everybody here is familiar with MVP. You could always tweet it and then have people check it out on Twitter. I don't know. You could just send it to me. You could just put it in the Explorer field. Cables usually makes mini meat hand pies, but with more of a pastry dough. See, when I saw this recipe, I thought to myself, I wonder if I could just get a pastry dough and make it, but this dough has the cream cheese in it, so I wouldn't have been able to find that. Thanks, Cable. It's a very sticky dough, you guys. I think I might have to just use a fork. Come on. Why are you barking, Rust? What? So just so you guys know, I have definitely thought about getting a camera for the floor so you can watch the dog come and go. But that's the thing. He comes and he goes. He does not stay when I'm in the kitchen. He just kind of like goes in and out because there's no pillows and couches and air conditioners in here. But we could definitely do treats or something like that if we ended up getting a camera that you could watch. You guys are fun. Now, I'm honestly not sure whether or not Rusty has had an empanada because Rusty used to live with MVP's sister. So it's possible that he's had one, but he hasn't had one as a part of this family. So sticky. Whoa, hey! Oh my gosh, you scared me to death. I'm opening a drawer. God! Go lay down. Go! Goodness. You would think for such a small dog he wouldn't be so jumpy. You know, like scared of things and stuff. Why are you so jumpy? Yeah, this is working a lot better. You just got your gourd! Awesome! Sticky gourds are the best. I didn't know you made a lore master. Did you make a new character for your stream? Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do, because this is gonna be in the fridge for a couple days, I see something by Lee Nightingale, but let me check over here. It's purple and I can't read it. Oh, hi Lee. I'm glad you brought chocolate and tea. For the level 50 group. And you're at 24. Good job. Yeah, so what I was saying is that I'm gonna put it in some saran wrap because it's gonna be in the refrigerator for a while. So I'm not using it until Thursday, and hopefully it hasn't dried out too badly. But we'll find out. I don't have time to make it tomorrow, otherwise I would. I actually have a guy coming over. In addition to trying to fix the fence, I have a guy coming over to look at MVP's old gaming chair to try to sell it for $50. And then I have to work on the fence and do some stuff around the house. Ugh. And I figured because making a frozen yogurt would be like not really labor intensive, that I should do this on the stream instead of doing it off the stream, so that way you can see it, you know? Do 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 do. That worked out pretty well. Yes, it's a very sticky dough. It's probably going to taste amazing. And I am excited to be making this because I want to learn how to make more baking things. Like, I've only ever really made cookies and cake. And my brother's partner, she is an excellent baker, and she makes stuff for parties when we go to them all the time. And I've always wanted to also bring stuff, but I just don't know anything about making like fancy baked goods. So I'm hoping this might change that. She really goes out of her way to make stuff vegan friendly so that we can eat it, and you know, it would be nice so that she doesn't have to do that. Okay, I think that'll be good. Okay, where's my little dough ball? And I'm just gonna refrigerate it just like that. Cable, do you refrigerate pie dough before you use it? I think a lot of people do, and I didn't know what your take on it was. Another show that I used to watch on PBS was America's Test Kitchen, and they used to do that. They would make their pie crust with some vodka in it and then refrigerate it beforehand. Yep, it seems like a very smart thing to do. Okay, so next thing is for the filling. I have to dissolve some sugar and pumpkin puree. So we're gonna have to cook. Clank, clank, clank. Sorry. All right, fine. Cable says, but pizza dough, I don't tend to because the yeast rises too fast for me. That makes sense. Sorry, you can see my dirty dishes. I've just made so much stuff already that the sink is full. Okay, so I don't need that flour anymore. And we're all kind of done with that. So basically, we're just supposed to combine all this stuff in in the pot and then simmer it until the sugar is dissolved. So the original recipe uses the cone sugar in Mexican cooking. I always say it wrong. Piloncillo? 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 Anyway. But I'm just going to use brown sugar because I couldn't find... I actually didn't know where to go, so I didn't even look for some. But I did get brown sugar because it'll be similar, even though it won't be the same. And then I just need cinnamon and nutmeg. Let's see where my nutmeg is. Nutmeg. Bottom. Yep, on the bottom. I am what you could refer to as a spice hoarder. Okay. And I do not have any more scrapers. Oh, wait, I do. Last scraper. Okay. The picture is also in Discord. Cool. I'll have to check it out. I can't right now because if I go out of the chat, it'll disappear and I'll miss any messages. Did you know that you can buy pumpkin year-round? I used to be under the impression that you can only get it during pumpkin season. Silly me. So 8 ounces of this sugary stuff. So I'm gonna grab the scale and measure it out by weight. And look at me walking through the house. You can still hear me because it's a lavalier microphone. So exciting. Okay. I'm back. Oh, I did that wrong. I only have to cook it for a little bit because we're just melting. So it hasn't really frozen yet, but it's still colder than it was when I put it in. It's frozen on the sides. Rusty's here. He wants some. That looks so good and so full of antioxidants. It's really delicious, you guys. So I'm going to definitely put this recipe online later tonight, and I'll tweet about it. So if you want to give it a try, definitely do that. So if you do not have an ice cream maker, what I would suggest is just pouring it into pop molds and eating it as pops. Because it'll still be really delicious. But it's like melts in your mouth, delicious, yummy. Anyway, you guys, so let me bring up my phone. We can take a look at who else is streaming right now. And we will see if we can raid somebody. You've used them in ice cubes before. How do you do that? Alright, so the hunger service is live, so I'm just gonna raid him because he's awesome. It looks like it's Taco Tuesday over there. So, Jinx, this will be right up your alley, okay? So, thank you guys for coming. I will be back on Thursday at 4 o'clock making kombucha and assembling the spiced pumpkin empanadas. So, it'll be really fun. And I hope you tune in. If you don't, NBD, it'll always be on YouTube later. And if you want to make sure you don't miss a stream, if you do ! Mail, it'll do a link to the mailing list. Just fill out your little email thingy there, and then once a month you'll get a get up. It's oh, you know what it is? My bad. So yeah, you can also sign up by scrolling down and nope, I lied. I don't even have it on there. Epic fail. Totally failed everybody. Anyway, you could go to clemcancook.blogspot.com and sign up from there. So, thanks again for coming, and I will catch you on Thursday, and we're going to go raid the hunger service, and he's making tacos, and it'll be drool-worthy. And then, yeah, follow the channel to get alerts. Thank you, Bookworm. And you can also follow me on Twitter because I tweet all the time about when I'm going live. So, it was great seeing everybody. I'm gonna roll my credits, and I will catch you on the flip side, okay? We'll be rating after the credits are finished. Okie doke. Thank you again. It was great. And I hope to see you on Thursday. don't have the credits ready, so it'll be like 2 more seconds. Do, 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 do.